Alright, it is time for this banger of a game. I'm NullSprite again. Hey guys, and this is Summer Assault. I guess some of you might know this as Mesopotamia, because that was the name of the Sega release for this game, and it was also called Mesopotamia in the Japanese releases. So, just to explain a little bit before I get started. This game is basically, you are a slinky, you have guns, there are robots, the world is evil, and we gotta do something about that. The Japanese version doesn't offer us much more in terms of an explanation. You hatch from an egg and then off you go. So, this is an Atlas game from this era, so that explains a thing or two, I suppose. So the reason I'm talking now, instead of when I start the run, is because when I do start the run, things are going to be happening at a very fast clip. The RNG in this game isn't really RNG, it's a set of values that sort of cycles through and then loops every, I think it's like 4 seconds or something. And I need to get some very specific power-ups in the first stage to get this going. And so the problem with that is it's frame perfect. I need to hit values on exact frames, which is when I need to destroy some enemies. And there is a very specific setup for it. So I'm going to try to get this first time around. Might reset and do it again if it really fails. So I will reset, hold start, and then I'm going to count to the beat of the music for when to start the timer. So please hold your finger on the button. Let's see here. 4, 3, 2, 1, start. That was late, I think. I'm going now to run into this enemy and kill it as fast as I possibly can, which should be the right frame if this is correct. That was not correct. Okay, I'm going to try still to get what I need, and if I don't get it, I will just reset and try again. What I need specifically is a speed upgrade, and then I need a tri-shot upgrade, which allows me to shoot in 3 directions, because as you can tell, I'm pretty slow at this point. There's a tri-shot, there's the speed. Alright. But now that I have the speed upgrade, we can just go. I don't want that. That's the little question marks you see in the bubbles are actually items that invert my controls. So I don't want those. I really do not want those. The premise here is that there are these robots that are Zodiac themed. And I need to destroy them all. If you noticed in the beginning of the game, I basically said that my birthday was sometime in August. And the reason I did this is because that means that my star sign, the boss for that will be a good boss and give me items instead of bullets. And I need all the upgrades. I need extra lives, I need hit points, I need everything. So for marathon safety we do Leo, because Leo is a boss that gives you a lot of items really fast. So it's easy to get a lot of extra lives. Normally we would do Pisces, but that's a little bit unsafe for the marathon, so in the spirit of keeping things safe, this is what we do. So yeah, we are basically in ancient Mesopotamia, just running through the stages and killing the robots, as you do. Coming up next here is Gemini. The only thing that's sort of... there's not much I can do in terms of like glitches and tricks in this game. It is very straightforward, it's super easy to learn. If you're looking for a new speed game, this one is easy. So there's not a whole lot of like things to do. You need to know where to go, and you need to know the strats, and you have to be a good button masher. pretty much it. I'm going to wait here until this runs out, because I am low on health. I have 3 hit points right now. That's a little bit unsafe for the later bosses. So we're gonna do a lot of damage boosting here. The game has a thing for like robots shooting bullets. And that's cool and all, I just need to sort of avoid them as much as I can. Next up here is Cancer. Just... I don't know. It's not a great boss. It's pretty weak. And so far this game is just like, basically run and shoot and don't miss anything. Okay, I'm at 3 health, that is not great. We're gonna try and make this work. You'll see me running up the wall here just to avoid that one volley of bullets there. Now I think we should be good though. That's good. So the next stage is Leo. And this is the boss that I am talking about, in which I get a lot of items instead of bullets. Which is a good thing. That was good. Even got the hit point upgrade there. I need a maximum of 8 hit points. I really do, because we're gonna be doing some things to this game later on, or not to the game, rather to ourselves, I suppose. We're gonna do some strats that are a little unsafe. Gonna start shooting here. There we go. So all of those little Tinkerbell sounds that you heard were extra lives. In a normal run, those item balls would have been flames. So you can guess as to how much damage you're gonna take. Coming up here is Virgo, which is a little bit RNG heavy, but mostly fine once you do get plenty of health. So this should be good. There is really nothing you can do in this game to control the RNG. So you're just sort of like along for the ride. Like I said, it's on like a cycle, so there's nothing I can do to stop the cycle or change the values or anything like that. You're gonna see me jumping a lot here to spread out my shots. That is also because if you look at these little shuriken-shaped bullets that she is spamming, they actually can take damage. So I'm trying to spread out a little bit, so I not only hit the boss, but also the bullets. So yeah, this game has a thing for mazes. Oh boy. And also control inversion, because of course. I'm gonna stand still and let it lapse. There we go. This game, just to sort of touch on the speedrunning history, is... I've wanted to run this for a long time, but there was no leaderboard. Until one day, suddenly when Toad, who runs a lot of different games, suddenly made a leaderboard, so I thought to myself, hey, why not give it a go? And as it turns out, the first run wasn't very optimized. There were no like real strats or anything, so we made some. And basically after that, it was me and Ludwig from Koopa, who you saw before running LAPD Future Cop. I've been trading world records quite a bit. I think we've like swapped 7 or 8 times by now. There was even a joke when we were running at the same time and I got a new world record. And so I told him on Discord. And then he said, hey GG, but I'm in the boss rush now. And then he got a new world record. So. I guess you could say it's competitive, even though it's only a community of 2 people. Or I guess 3 if you count Toad, of course. Okay. It's good. Good climb. Alright, so we're past the section with the cannons now, and I only lost 2 health, which is about right. And that was good. Scorpio is the worst boss of the game. If you are a Scorpio, I feel sorry for you, but this boss is largely unimpressive. He went left, so that means I'll take another hit of damage here. There we go. But after Scorpio, now is when the game sort of picks up a little bit, because the next stretch of bosses can be tough. Oh, this is probably one of the tougher stages, I will say. Just sit there and do nothing for a little bit. Take a damage here and step through those. I'm trying to minimize the number of enemies that I hit here, because I don't want to get flipped by the question mark bubbles. I'm at 4, this should be good. I'm gonna look here. That was top left. So the boss always appears in like the first position he spawns in that little juggle. That was bottom left. Should be good. Alright. Neat. Even though that probably looked a little scary, it was actually kind of safe. This boss. Goodness me. This is the toughest boss of the game. Capricorn 1. We usually refer to Capricorn as Baphomet, which you will see why in a little while. And this is probably like the tech heaviest stage as well, because you do need to have good movement. Go left, swap back, go right. So I'm going to run up the wall and try to get him to fall down, and then everything sort of happens on the schedule with this guy. Looked good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Jump again, try and get fall down quick. Beautiful. That was a great Capricorn. The thing is, if you are even in the slightest bit late in any of those phases, then that boss becomes tremendously trolly very fast, and then you start losing a lot of time. Because if he does an extra cycle, that's like 10 seconds easily. Sometimes even more. Okay, coming up is Aquarius. Aquarius is not nice. You will see what I mean later. This fight is generally very safe, but the later fight when we do a boss rush is not nice at all. The stage itself is like a big square of sorts, so yeah. I will count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and go. Oh, immediately up to the right. Pimp slap from Aquarius. So yeah, these bullets are not fun to deal with. She likes to spam them a lot, all over the place. But it's just, you know, Aquarius things. This stage here is tough as heck. I also need to try and conserve energy for the boss. The boss is... Normally this would be my good boss. This would be the boss where I actually got like items instead of bullets. But because we now get bullets, this boss is pretty dangerous. So I'm gonna try and move through here, taking as little damage as possible. I have 3, that should be good. Okay. Don't screw this up, please. Okay, that was kinda good. So I need to try and avoid here. If I get hit, I get hit. There is very little I can do to avoid the bullets. Except maybe don't run into them. Alright. That was a nice and fast Pisces fight. Alright, that was beautiful. So now, we've basically gone through the entire Zodiac here. But now comes the boss rush. And this time, this is where it gets a little ugly. Because now, you will see me taking a lot of damage, and that is because the number of iframes I get are halved. So if I get hit, it will take half as long for me to start taking damage again. So everything is going to hurt a lot. And one thing that I sort of haven't touched on is if I do die, I lose all of my power-ups. At this point in the game, there is no way for me to get them back. I need to have power-ups all the way through to a specific phase of the last boss. So this is a little bit scary. Actually, that's a lie. It's very scary doing this. I believe my friend Ludwig from Koopa has actually run this and lost power-ups, and it was a terrible time for everyone involved, so I'm gonna just hope and pray that that doesn't happen to me. As far as the leaderboard for this game is concerned, both me and Ludwig sort of have almost identical times. I think I have the world record by 2 seconds. It might even be less. And we're sort of approaching a point now where we can't really go much faster with the tools we have. So we need some new tools, and well, thus far we haven't found any. So if anyone is interested in this game and thinks, hey, I can probably do that faster, then you are more than welcome to join. So now we're coming up on Leo again. Second Leo fight. This time it's not a good fight. He's going to shoot fire. It's gonna hurt a lot. But we still go in and try to do this. So now you can see me. I'm taking damage at a very fast clip here. So if you were looking at the Aquarius fight before, I guess you can tell why that fight is going to be a little bit scary when we get there. But first is Virgo. So we basically stand here in the corner and hope she doesn't spawn on top of us. I don't think I can actually avoid that one. And normally I would have taken 1 damage from those 2 bullets, because iframes. No such thing here. Okay, Libra. Libra is just about execution. That's all it is. I need to move in a specific way and not slow down. 1.5 steps and shoot. Goes down, up, down. As he comes up again, it'll be gone. Then I shoot here until he starts moving, and I wait for that specific corner shot, so I don't get hit. By doing so, I now get to finish the boss with 2 hit points left. Neat. Scorpio is the same as before. I'm just gonna go down and shoot the thing until it disappears. Sagittarius is a little bit scarier, because if you looked at the Sagittarius stage, there were these blocks in the middle horizontally that I could jump to and from. No such thing here. So if the boss spawns in the bottom, I have to take damage in order to hit him. So I'm gonna hope he spawns up top. That was bottom left. That was top left. Okay. Bottom left again. Alright. Oh, that was scary, but we actually made it. Capricorn. A little bit of a different strat this time, because we go just head off to the left instead of the right, since I'm starting at like the left side of the screen this time. I'll stand here, do diagonal shots. As it comes over, I'll switch and do vertical shots. Go up, get the wings, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that's not good. That'll be an extra cycle. Especially now. Did I mess that up? Okay. I know Ludwig is probably watching this right now going, what the hell are you doing? I am watching this right now and going, what the hell am I doing? Oh, thank God. I almost messed that up. Ooh. Alright. This is a little closer than I would have liked it to be. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I move earlier so I don't accidentally get hit if she goes up. And because I am taking much more damage now, this boss is a lot scarier than before. You can tell she really wants to kill me. She is trying so hard. This version of the Pisces fight is a lot more fun in the refight, because it's a little more tech heavy, so I'm gonna try and get this, if I can. Nice! That should be it. Beautiful Pisces fights. Oh boy. That was nice. Final boss time. This is where we get now to spend all of those extra lives we collected, and we get to spend all of our upgrades. We're gonna die a lot. This is gonna be fun. I go up here and start jumping. I want her to die before I take 5 hits of damage. This is phase 1. The next phase is pure RNG. There is nothing I can do in the next phase to speed it up. I haven't found any way to do that faster. This is just gonna be what it is. All we do here is hope and pray. I have plenty of lives, that's good. This is the Mimicker phase. These are called the Mimickers. And the Mimickers basically have random movements, and it appears that the number of hits they take to die is also random. I have had Mimickers be super fast, I've had them mostly be super slow. This is one of the worst things I've ever seen. There is no point for me now to sort of move around and try to get them. Right, that was 2. Come on, dude. Interesting, usually it's the slowest one that goes last. And now the final phase. I'm going to move down here in the corner, because if I stop moving, the heads will stop moving as well. I'm going to issue an early warning here. Once I beat this boss, after a set amount of cycles, I believe it's 8 or 6, I'm not sure. But I don't exactly know the exact moments that I will finish the boss. When I do, there will be a very strong and long flashing of colors. If you watched Ryan Ford's Link's Awakening run yesterday, that was nothing compared to this. This is gonna be bad. If you are in any way sensitive to lights, this is the moment you minimize the stream and listen to the sound of my voice. I will also at that exact moment be yelling time, because that is when time is up. So someone needs to keep their finger on the button for that. I am somehow reminded of old DVD players whenever I play this boss. Not sure why that is. There isn't much I can do here in terms of tech. The one thing I do is I try to spread out my shots a little bit so they don't get all bunched up. Meaning that just because we do have turbo since this is TG16, so just holding the button is not going to work. You do actually need to tap it or mash it a little bit. So I fire up some shots early just to find out which of the heads I have to aim for. But other than that, it's just like patience, and you sort of squeeze the controller because you have to stand in the corner. So good. I believe this might be the last cycle, so avert your eyes if need be. Time. Ooh. Would you believe I got through that without actually dying? That was scary in parts. That was that. So yeah, we're gonna watch the credits sequence here, because there's a fun little bit at the end that I just want to show you, which we always do when we run this in marathons, me and Lud. Also, I don't have the stream open or chat open, so could anyone let me know what finishing time was? Someone wants to post that maybe in chat, the Discord, that will be fine. And now, of course, we get to see all of the beautiful bosses, except their names are typed backwards for whatever reason. Lud tells me it was a 2646, which is about what I expected for this game. So I'm going to just take my time and chat a little bit here and tell you that, you know, this marathon has been a blast. This is my last game of the marathon. It was super fun playing with you all. Especially this game, I think, deserves a lot bigger audience than it has. I think this is like one of the more obscure games for the TurboGrafx. So if anyone feels compelled to come and run this with us, you definitely can. It's a super fun game. Another thing to sort of note, I guess, like I said, there are some differing versions. I today play on the US version. Because this is a marathon, I want to show off the little thing in the at the end. Because the credits are specially altered for us, or I guess you, American folks. Sitting in Europe, I shouldn't count myself as an American. One thing that is kind of cool, I guess, about these credits is that I know that a lot of people back then sort of, you know, took the names of American movie stars and such and just put those in the credits. Like here, Robert De Niro. And I'm not exactly sure that Robert De Niro was working on this game, but you know. Alright, so here we go. This is a special message to the American players. This isn't in the Japanese version. Viva Nonon. Have you finished homework? Don't catch a cold. Take a bath. The end. Take a bath indeed, guys. Take a bath. And why they decided to show this for the American audience, I don't know. I guess maybe they thought that American kids were uneducated and sick and dirty. Perhaps. Makes complete sense to me. Thank you very much for letting me play this at the marathon. I hope you all have a great continuation today. A lot of good games coming up. And I hope to see you all again very soon.